enjoy, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
What's your set?
Thank you. I brought it for you. Please subscribe to Shutter Speed Network. Show some love by liking and sharing and commenting on the
Juneau, officially the city and borough of Juneau, is a capital in the United States. State of Alaska, located in the Gastineau Channel and the Alaskan Panhandle. Juneau was named the capital of Alaska in 1906, when the government of what was then the District of Alaska was moved from Sitka as dictated by the U.S. Congress in 1900. On July 1, 1970, the city of Juneau merged with the city of Douglas and the surrounding greater Juneau borough to form the current consolidated city borough, which ranks as the second largest municipality in the United States by area and is larger than either Rhode Island or Delaware. Downtown Juneau is nestled at the base of Mount Juneau, and it is across the channel from Douglas Island. As of the 2020 census, the city and borough had a population of 32,255, making it the third most populous city in Alaska after Anchorage and Fairbanks. Juneau experiences a daily influx of 21,000 people or more from visiting cruise ships between the months of May and September. The city is named after a gold prospector from Quebec, Joe Juneau, although it was once called Rockwell and then Harrisburg, after Juneau's co-prospector, Richard Harris. The Tlingit name of the town is Xantikaihini, base of the Flounders River, Xanti Flounder, Ki Base, Eam River, and Auk Bay just north of Juneau proper is called Auk W, Little Lake, Aa Lake, K diminutive, in Tlingit. The Taku River, just south of Juneau, was named after the cold Tiak wind, which occasionally blows down from the mountains. Juneau is unique among U.S. state capitals in that there are no roads connecting the city to the rest of the state or to the contiguous United States. Honolulu, Hawaii, is the only other state capital which is not connected by road to the contiguous United States. The absence of a road network is due to the extremely rugged terrain surrounding the city. In turn, Juneau is a de facto island city in terms of transportation. All goods coming in and out must be transported by plane or boat, in spite of the city's location on the Alaskan mainland. Downtown Juneau sits at sea level with tides averaging 16 feet 5 meters below steep mountains about 3,500 to 4,000 feet, 1,100 to 1,200 m high. Atop the mountains is the Juneau Icefield, a large ice mass from which about 30 glaciers flow. Two of them, the Mendenhall Glacier and the Lemon Creek Glacier, are visible from the local road system. The Mendenhall Glacier has been gradually retreating. Its front face is declining in width and height. The Alaska State Capitol in downtown Juneau was built as the Federal and Territorial Building in 1931. Prior to statehood, it housed federal government offices, the federal courthouse, and a post office. It also housed the territorial legislature and other territorial offices, including that of the governor. Today, Juneau is the home of the state legislature and the offices of the governor and lieutenant governor. Some executive branch offices have moved certain functions to Anchorage and elsewhere in the state.
Huge saving for the end of the season. Any gemstone that you like, we have it here.
Yes, we will.
And we're going to turn towards the ship. Hi, we're in front of our Crown Princess there in the background. Sure, he has to wave again. Hello, hello, how you doing?
Although the Russians had a colony in the Alaska Territory from 1784 to 1867, they did not settle in Juneau. They conducted extensive fur trading with Alaskan natives of the Aleutian Islands and Kodiak. The first European to see the Juneau area was Joseph Whitby, master of the discovery during George Vancouver's 1791-95 expedition. He and his party explored the region in July-August 1794. Early in August, he viewed the length of Gastineau Channel from the south, noting a small island in mid-channel. He later recorded seeing the channel again, this time from the west. He said it was unnavigable, being filled with ice. After the California gold rush, miners migrated up the Pacific coast and explored the west, seeking other gold deposits. In 1880, Sitka mining engineer George Pills offered a reward to any local native in Alaska who could lead him to gold-bearing ore. A local native arrived with some ore, and several prospectors were sent to investigate. On their first trip to Gold Creek, they found deposits of little interest. However, Pills sent Joe Juneau, the cousin of Milwaukee co-founder Solomon Juneau, and Richard Harris back to the Gastineau Channel, directing them to Snowslide Gulch, the head of Gold Creek. According to the Rev. Samuel Young, in his book Alaska Days with John Muir, Juneau and Harris decided to explore their party's campsite at the creek head in the summer of 1879. They found nuggets as large as peas and beans there, in Harris's words. On October 18, 1880, the two men marked a 160-acre, 650,000 square meters, town site and soon a mining camp sprang up. Many miners arrived within a year and the camp became a village, albeit made up mostly of tents and shacks rather than buildings. It was the first European-American settlement founded in the territory after the United States purchased Alaska. By the autumn of 1881, the village had a population of over 100 and was known as Rockwell, after light. Charles Rockwell, later it was known as Harrisburg after prospector Richard Harris. On December 14, 1881, it was decided at a miners' meeting of 72 persons to name the settlement Juneau, after prospector Joe Juneau.
What's your bus, guys?
No. I mean, you never know, but most of the time, no.
Yeah. Maybe for city commercial.
Yeah, maybe.
Likely due to the pressure of European encroachment, some Tlingit appealed to the Russian Orthodox Church. It held services in northern Tlingit settlements in local languages as early as 1800 and 1824. One of its priests translated scripture and liturgy into the Tlingit language during the 1830s and 1840s. The Tlingit arranged for an Orthodox priest to come to their Juneau settlement. In 1890, about 700 people converted, following Chief Ysganalux and his wife of Auk Bay. The Orthodox Church Missionary Society supported the Tlingit in furnishing and constructing a church for the large congregation. The St. Nicholas Russian Orthodox Church was completed in 1894 and has maintained an important presence among the Tlingit, Serbians, and other Europeans who follow Orthodox traditions. The iconostasis has 6 large panels which were sent from Russia. Prospector and placer miner John Lemon operated at the time in what is today the Lemon Creek area. The neighborhood which developed there was given his name by early settlers. Several other landmarks in Juneau have also been named for him. Major mining operations in the Juneau mining district prior to World War II included the Treadwell Mine, the Alaska Juneau Mine, and the Alaska Gastineau Mine. By 1906, after the decline of whaling and the fur trade, Sitka, which was the original capital of Alaska, had become less important and the territorial legislature moved the seat of government to Juneau in accordance with a 1900 federal law. Juneau was the largest city in Alaska during the interwar years, passing Fairbanks in population by the 1920 census. Anchorage became the largest city in terms of population in 1950.
This is the line up to the Crab Shack. Amazing.
Oasis of the sea, Idols of the sea. Those are all big topics.
I bet it is.
Babe, come here.
No, no, dude. On the way back.
You missed out on the
Parang tutuloy mo kanina.
Ano sabi niya sa akin?
In 1911, the United States Congress authorized funds for construction of a Capitol building for the Alaska Territory. World War I delayed construction and there were difficulties purchasing the necessary land. Citizens of Juneau donated some of the required funds, and construction began on September 8, 1929. Construction of the Capitol took less than 2 years, and the building was dedicated as the Federal and Territorial Building on February 14, 1931. It was designed by Treasury Department architects in the Art Deco architectural style. The building was originally used by the federal government to house the federal courthouse and the post office for the territory. Alaska gained statehood in 1959, and under the Alaska Statehood Act, the federal and territorial building was transferred to the new state and became its capital. The Alaska Governor's Mansion was commissioned under the Public Building Act in 1910. The mansion was designed by James Knox Taylor in the federal style. Construction was completed in 1912. The territorial governor at the time was the first governor to live in the mansion, and he held the first open house for citizens on January 1, 1913. The area of the mansion is 14,400 square feet, 1,340 square meters. It has 10 bathrooms, 6 bedrooms, and 8 fireplaces. It is the governor's residence when in Juneau on official business. In June 1923, President Warren G. Harding became the first president to visit Alaska. Harding visited the governor's mansion while Territorial Governor Scott Bone, who was appointed by Harding, was in office. Harding spoke from the porch of the mansion explaining his policies and met with attendees. During World War II, more than 50 Japanese citizens and Japanese Americans residing in Juneau were evacuated to the internment camps inland as a result of Executive Order 9066, which authorized the forced removal of all ethnic Japanese away from their homes and businesses on the west coast of the United States. The removal of Juneau's Japanese community during the war is memorialized by the Empty Chair Memorial, which was dedicated in July 2014 in the city's Capitol School Park neighborhood. Robert Atwood, who was then the publisher of the Anchorage Times and an Anchorage booster, was an early leader in efforts to move the capital to Fairbanks, which many in both cities resisted. Some supporters of a move wanted a new capital to be at least 30 miles 48 kilometers from Anchorage and Fairbanks, to prevent either city from having undue influence. Juneau has continued as the capital. In the 1970s, voters passed a plan to move the capital to Willow, a town 70 miles, 110 kilometers north of Anchorage. But pro-Juneau people there and in Fairbanks persuaded voters also to approve a measure, the Frank Initiative, requiring voter approval of all bondable construction costs before building could begin. Alaskans later voted against spending the estimated $900 million. A 1984 ultimate capital move vote also failed, as did a 1996 vote. After Alaska was given statehood in 1959, Juneau's population increased as well as the growth of state government. After construction of the Alaska Pipeline in 1977, the state budget was flush with oil revenues, and it expanded programs for the people. The growth slowed considerably in the 1980s.
Wait. Oh yeah? I didn't even see him. She just seemed
Mm-mm.